It's time to pay the bills. We do so without fail and without delay. That's what families must do, and that's what our government must do. It is one of the bedrock principles of this country, one that holds true no matter who is in the White House and which party holds majorities in Congress. Not even during the Trump administration was this solemn duty neglected, even if many MAGA Republicans may feel differently today. When I was minority leader here in the Senate, I sat down with President Trump to find a path to raise the debt ceiling multiple times. We didn't engage in hostage-taking. We didn't resort to blackmail or brinksmanship. By no means was it easy, and many on the other side didn't want to go along, but Democrats worked constructively with the Trump administration to get it done, and it happened 3 times. The same thing must happen again this year. No brinksmanship, no hostage-taking, no default on the national debt. Congress must raise the debt ceiling on a bipartisan basis, without the hostage-taking, without the brinksmanship. So I was very glad to hear President Biden reaffirm this truth after his meeting with Speaker McCarthy. He reiterated we ought to pass a clean debt ceiling extension. President Biden is correct. The American people expect us to do the right thing in the coming months, because if we default on the debt, every single American is going to pay the price. Now, later this morning, I will join with some of my Democratic colleagues to put a spotlight on the consequences of default, because they are not remotely theoretical or abstract. Debt ceiling is not just an abstract exercise somewhere up there in the clouds. If we fail to renew it, it's going to affect every American family's pocketbooks, wallets, with many, many dollars taken away.
Good morning, friends. I have breaking news to share with you this Thursday. There are billions of dollars left over in crisis relief funds. With huge budget surpluses, many Americans can expect to receive another 4th stimulus check sometime this year. State and local governments will be spending more crisis relief money on bonus stimulus payments. Friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of these details. Also, to say thank you for being here every day and for being part of this community. I will be announcing 2 winners tomorrow for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, all you have to do, friends, is make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Flooded with cash after Congress passed the American Rescue Plan Act, state and local governments have devised some creative ways of spending their stimulus funds. A number of state and local governments experienced budget surpluses in 2021 after bringing in higher than expected levels of revenue. For example, the state of Colorado took in $3.3 billion in revenue from state taxes, above what was expected, and heading into this year had an additional $2.6 billion in untapped relief funds to spend as well. The state of California is projected to finish the fiscal year with a budget surplus north of $50 billion, and that's thanks to state income and corporate taxes. The state of California received $26 billion from President Biden's signature partisan spending bill, and local governments within the state divided up another $16 billion in stimulus money. The American Rescue Plan provided $350 billion to state and local governments in what was described at the time as emergency relief funding. The U.S. Treasury Department placed few limits on what recipients could spend the money on, giving states and cities the flexibility to tailor the programs to local resident needs. Some states have also looked to give money back to taxpayers. Georgia state lawmakers voted earlier this year to use some of their state's budget surplus on a tax refund for residents of Georgia who filed in 2020 and 2021. Their tax rebate would send single filers $250, heads of households $375, and unmarried couples would receive $500 checks. In the state of Texas, Republican lawmakers have advanced a bill that would spend $3 billion of the state's relief funds on property tax refunds to homeowners, more than $5 million of whom would receive $525 checks under this proposal. Local governments that received the American Rescue Plan funding were required to file reports to the federal government that detailed how they plan to allocate their share of the stimulus. Many states used some of the funding for crisis relief efforts that lawmakers had advertised when negotiating the size of the relief bill. Employers have until January 31st each year to file tax documents, such as Form W-2, with the IRS, and then furnish employees with copies. If you haven't received yours in the mail already, they are likely on their way. According to CBS News, the general rule of thumb is to start as early as possible, whether you're filing on your own or working with a tax preparer. The earlier you file your taxes, the sooner you will receive your tax refund. And for many Americans, that is a big deal. Some 30% say they rely on their tax refund to make ends meet. According to a recent IRS taxpayer guidance, taxpayers should prepare to file electronically and choose direct deposit for their tax refund. It is the fastest and safest way to file and receive a refund. In 2022, about 2/3 of taxpayers were entitled to money back, with an average refund of nearly $3,200. But sadly, to the expiration of crisis-era tax policy changes, Americans can expect smaller refunds this year, and some who were expecting a windfall may even find that they owe taxes. If you are hit with a surprise tax bill, you are better off knowing as soon as possible. While you may want a speedier refund, experts say it is critical to have all your tax forms before filing your return. Typically, you will receive a refund within 21 days if you filed an accurate electronic return with direct deposit for the payment. Paper filings and errors may extend the timeline. You can check the agency's refund portal for status updates. So the timeline changes if you're claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit, a tax break for low to moderate income workers, or the Additional Child Tax Credit. While the Internal Revenue Service cannot begin issuing these refunds before mid-February, you should receive the funds by February 28th if there are no issues with your return. So dear friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my amazing and most beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Thursday. My friends, thank you very, very, very much for being part of this community and for joining me here. I will be announcing 2 winners tomorrow for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure that you enter the giveaway by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.